Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here. Good old Fisherman Steve chatting up some wrestling here on my lunch. I've drank a ton of free Cokes here at my work today from a little fall festival that we're having. It's pretty fun stuff. I got to sneak in my John Cena attire. I guess it's the month of October, so I got the fitting pink shirt to go along with the Fight for the Cure or whatever it is they got going on. But it seems from watching SmackDown last night, I think everybody knew this rumor was already breaking out there on the scene. There's going to be a stipulation set in a John Cena versus Dean Ambrose match for Hell in the Cell. Not only are they going to be wrestling with the winner going on to face Seth Rollins inside of a Hell in the Cell match to main event the show, but the first match is going to be a contract on a pole match. And I know throughout the history of wrestling, we've seen a lot of on-the-pole matches which are very bad. The one that really sets out in my mind right now as I'm talking is they had a contract on a pole match during the McMahon-Helmsley era. It was held on Raw, basically, where it was Mankind versus The Rock, where basically it was almost like feast or fired. The winner won a contract and the loser got fired. And from that, Mick Foley was fired from the WWE, only for The Rock to hold a protest outside of the ring, basically where The Rock brought all of the superstars out, and they all threatened to strike if Mick Foley wasn't reinstated. And Stephanie and Triple H gave in, and Mankind, Mick Foley, just happened to be at the arena and came out with his entrance music once they finally gave in. He just was hanging around in the back, even though he was fired. You think that if he was fired, he would have got sent home, and we wouldn't have seen him there. But of course, if you go back, there's the Gold Miner 49er match from WCW, where basically there was 4 poles around the ring, and on top of those were boxes with mysterious weapons that could have been used. One of them happened to be the championship belt. One of them was like a picture of Scott Hall that was framed. I can't remember what other weapons were pulled out during that, but nothing was really that spectacular in there. But there's been a lot of on-the-pole matches, maybe even the Judy Bagwell on a pole match, which ended up being Judy Bagwell on a forklift between Canyon and Buff Bagwell. That was horrible stuff Vince Russo was pulling off during the day. But if you go back through the history of time, you can find some good on a pole matches where they had like the coal miner's glove between Sting and Jake the Snake Roberts. They had a lot of nightstick on a pole for Nails versus the Big Boss Man. But honestly, I remember how people really thought that the lumberjack match from SummerSlam between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins was going to be a real big dud, and they really stepped up to the plate. They changed the game for lumberjack matches, with basically Seth Rollins still finding a way to sneak out and try to leave throughout the crowd, where Dean Ambrose was able to catch up with him, and they were fighting throughout the stands. Sin Cara, he got hit with some sort of a power bomb out there in the middle of everyone. And I think by the end of that match, people were thinking that was one of the best lumberjack matches they had ever saw. So I really think that we really need to give John Cena and Dean Ambrose. I know the one thing that I think a lot of people are saying is that at least this way nobody has to get pinned. Maybe somebody out there, he comes out and holds John Cena's leg, sort of Bobby the Brain Heenan style, and then Dean Ambrose is able to snake his way up to the contract and pull it down, and that sets him up, because I think everybody out there wants to see Dean Ambrose get his hands on Seth Rollins. I think that's the match that everybody wants to see. They might feel bad for John Cena not winning the championship and not being able to beat Brock Lesnar, but then again, I don't understand why it's such a big deal with John Cena. It's sort of like whenever he loses the championship, he shows up on Raw the next day and he's not crying about his loss. He just sort of says, I'm going to fight it, and I'm sure I'm going to have a chance to have another championship someday. We've seen him give up his title shot and try to give it to Daniel Bryan, saying that he's going to have other title shots in the future, and he wants to see him have his shot because they believe he's the guy to have the shot at that time. So it's sort of like he doesn't really care about the title that much at some points, and at other times it's all that really conceives him is that he wants to be the champion. He wants to be the guy to beat Brock. So it is what it is, and we'll see what it is. But at Hell in the Cell, We have a contract on a pole match between Dean Ambrose and John Cena. Winner's going to go on to face Seth Rollins in the Hell in the Cell, so we'll see how that plays out. Peace out, everybody. Triple H and Rock promo still running through my mind. That was gold. That was some good stuff. Hope you guys watched SmackDown 15th anniversary last night. Peace out.